Hello and welcome to another Double Dog Prepper Monday Night Live. I hope everybody is having a great evening. Let me get a 5x5 so that I am not sitting here talking to myself. Thank you, Scott Hummer. How's everybody doing this evening? Welcome in, Dana Let's Prep. Good to see you, and thank you for the 5x5. Rabbit said he received his axe today. Awesome. I'm glad you got it. I will talk about that in a minute. So, thank you for the 5x5, Rabbit. Got some time to wait and let people come in here. I think tonight's topic is a good one. It got me thinking, and so I just wanted to go over some things, how I do it, and what I'm thinking about, and let you guys discuss it as well. Rabbit says it's now sharp, very, very sharp. There you go. That's awesome. Who else we got in here? Barry 2A, welcome in. Good to see you. I'll give it a few minutes before we jump into it. Sorry, last week I did not have a live. I had some family stuff going on, so it's all good now. Vision, did you win? Nope. Sorry. Coffee first, then speak. Welcome in. How's everybody doing tonight? Anybody do anything fun or exciting or not fun or not exciting since my last live? Grit and Grace, welcome in. Good to see you. Rob, welcome in. Scam. It's always a scam. Welcome in, Kiss Off. So last Monday, I didn't do my live because my brother-in-law decided that he needed to have brain surgery. He had been having some issues with his vision, and they found a tumor on his pituitary gland and on his optic nerve. So, but fortunately for him, he did not have to have the craniotomy like I did. And I'll tell you what, so he had a surgery at 1 o'clock on Monday, and he got into his room in the ICU probably around 5 o'clock that evening. And when we went in to see him, he was wide awake. He was a little groggy, but he was awake. He was not on any pain medicine whatsoever, and nothing, So, and he was even cracking jokes. So, I was very thankful that he didn't have to go through the whole thing that I went through. So that's good. And he's home now. He spent, I think, 3 or 4 days in the hospital, and he's home. And he cracked a joke the other night that he's ready to go back to work. So just blessed that he's doing good. So that's the reason why I did not have my live last week. So KP Heathen, welcome in. Good to see you. For everybody that won a gift on my 12 Days of Christmas, you should be getting it if you have not received it already. except for a few people um, that I'm going to meet up with to get their gift to them. They live close by or locally uh, within a certain amount of time. So I will be getting with you. I've already talked to you, so you know who you are. Um, we'll meet up and I will get you your gift. So World 2IC, welcome in. Good to see you, my friend. Um, oh, I'm gonna get my gift in person. Cool. If you only you won, coffee. If only you won. Blackbird, welcome in. Good to see you. But yeah, I hope everybody gets their gift soon and enjoys it and uses it. So I like that, Rabbit. That's awesome. Coffee won twice. First when you met me, then, well, laugh out loud. There you go. All right. Coffee says, Rabbit, you need a timeout. I'm going to drop the link. If anybody, oops, that's not the right button. No, it is the right button. There we go. Copy. I'm going to talk about gardening tonight. If anybody that cares to join me on this, we'll get into it. We only got 15 in the chat, and that's all right. So, the groundhog saw its shadow, which they say is 6 more weeks of winter, but that's not going to stop me and hopefully not anybody else from preparing their gardening stuff. So tonight we'll just kind of go over basically what I'm doing and just we'll just talk about that stuff. So um, this year I'm going to cut back on my garden that I've been planting the last 3 years. So um, I although I enjoy doing coffee says that groundhog is a compulsive liar. There you go. I don't need to plant as much as I have been. So the last couple of years, obviously 2 years ago, a bunch got wasted because of the brain surgery, and then last year just got busy doing a lot of things, and so this year I'm going to cut it back. I think uh, going from I think I had 65 tomato plants last year. I'm going to drop that down to about 20. One reason why I did so many last few years is just to make sure I can do it. And so I know I can do it. If I need to in the future, I can up it. But for right now, so that way I can concentrate on other things and still do the gardening, I'm going to drop it down to probably 20 tomato plants. That way I can still have enough to get my canning done. JD Prepping, welcome in. Good to see you. So, um, yeah, as far as my tomatoes, I'm gonna still do the basic ones that I've been doing that I've proved to me that I can grow good, and I do a section for I do a section for my tomato sauce, uh, tomatoes, and then for other things like slicing and salad tomatoes. So, your majority of mine are like the mortgage lifters, Cherokee purples, beefsteak, brandy wine, your basic tomatoes. Vision is currently in his WWE gear refereeing. There you go. That is another thing. My tomato sauce. I like planting the San Marzanos. I did the Romas for a few years, and I just prefer the San Marzanos better than the Romas. But I still plant both of them. My basic ones like um, my regular peppers, my bell peppers, my jalapenos, my banana peppers, my Hungarian hots, my cayenne. One thing I did not do that I wanted to do was to overwinter pepper plants. I wanted to try that again, and I ran out of time. So I'm starting over from seed this year on all my pepper plants, and we'll try again next year on overwintering them. Um, put a one in the chat if you overwinter pepper plants to give you a better start for the next growing season. Yes. Yep. I put some in. Yes. Coffee says no. He's doing it on purpose. 72 degrees there. Rubbing it in. JD said he's never tried that. Scott's 84. Let's see what we are here. Current temperature here is 27 degrees. So, business said we made 20 quarts of San Marzano sauce. Awesome. That's awesome. But, you know, I want to do a better job of doing my layout this year. So, found a couple different websites that I'm trying out to help me with my layout. Um, companion planting and stuff like that. I want to try to do a better job of this year. But again, I'm doing nothing crazy. I got my list in front of me of the different things. Like I said, bell peppers, jalapenos, habanero, banana peppers, cayenne, Hungarian hots. Um, then cucumbers. I have my garlic in. I'm excited to see how well that does. Uh, this will be my first time doing garlic. So, and then your lettuces, different types of lettuce, spinach, cabbage, a couple different cabbages. Make sure that you're looking up the spacing and everything. I put mine to grew them too close together last year, so I need to do a better job of paying attention to that. Doing my onions, my cauliflower, green beans, sugar snap peas, carrots, zucchini, and then obviously my herb garden. I'm gonna do that again, and just read what I'm gonna do. And they're all basic ones: basil, oregano, thyme, rosemary, chives, sage, lavender, and I started my mullein area. So hopefully this year it comes back up and is going to be the point where, from what I've read, it takes a year or two of growing it to utilize it for medicinal purposes. So, see what the chat's got to say. Southern Dave, welcome in. Good to see you. Coffee wants to know how come you became number two. Vision says 50 here tomorrow. That's crazy. That's awesome. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to that. We're not going to be in that close to 50 anytime soon. JD said my son had brain surgery today, so we're waiting to go back and see him. Oh, wow. Well, we'll keep you guys in our prayers for sure. And we'll have to get together again, and I'll make sure that you get your light right here. Okay. So that was my mistake. I apologize. So I will get you taken care of. Okay, welcome in, Craig. Good to see you. But anybody growing anything crazy in their garden that I have not listed? I want to try elderberries this year, and then my fruit plants that I have, my strawberries, my blueberries, raspberries, and then the neighbor has a mulberry tree that keeps coming back. He cuts it down and it just keeps coming back. Coffee's growing weeds. Well, not the good kind. All right. Well, that's not difficult to do. Dana's growing weeds and chipmunks. They come on their own. There you go. I'm just doing the basic stuff, so it'll be a lot easier since I'm downsizing on the amount that I'm doing. So just a couple of each of the pepper plants. I'm actually not growing a good kind of weed this year. Coffee is growing donuts this year. Found little seeds in a big yellow box. I wonder what flavor that'll be. uh Blackbird said some weeds serve their purposes. Just saying. Yeah. Lil Lone Prepper um, showed us a couple of us that was over at her area at the bug out weekend. She would walk around and talk about the different weeds and what they could be used for. So it's pretty interesting. Coffee can't even grow weeds correctly. Put a one in the chat if you start your garden from seed at your place. Curious to see how many people actually start their garden from seed or just go and buy the plants already started. All right, awesome. Look at that. Well, hey, Lisa Harris, welcome in. That's awesome. I know I'm itching to get my hands in the dirt. So Rabbit, of course, Rabbit has multiple greenhouses. Rabbit has multiple of everything. But yeah, I I gave my indoor greenhouse to my daughter, who is starting her little homestead thing at her house. So, um, Coffee said it right. Yeah, multiple personalities. Flower seeds do well. Yes, I grew a couple different flowers last year from seed, and I'll be doing that again to help do more research on different flowers for pollination. So that would help with the garden. But downsizing my garden this year, I don't need my big greenhouse stand. So I gave that to her. She can use it better. And I'm going to just do a smaller version of it. I actually mounted it on my wall in my garage. YouTube police, welcome in. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I got all my seeds ready to go. I went through them and took a inventory of what I have. I got my tools that I need uh, out and ready. I got a tote that I have all that stuff in. I made sure I had plenty of the um, cell packs and stuff ready to go. And I think I have enough seed starting mix to get me through this year. So if you don't have that stuff already, I'd be looking for it. I know all your big box stores are getting spring stuff out already. So if you're going to be starting your garden seeds, make sure you have all your seed starting stuff. I do just your basic peat moss, um, perlite, vermiculite, and worm castings. That's what I use for my seed starting mix. So, yeah, 20 in the chat. That's good. Well, yeah, I'm uh, kind of excited about the gardening season this year. I want to do a better job of collecting what I grow. Um, it kills me during the winter time when I don't have the vegetables growing, going to the store and buying them. And so this year I want to do a better job of collecting what or harvesting what I grow, and to do more canning, do more freeze drying, to do more freezing. Um, Now that I got my setup the way I want it with the freezers and my room in my house for my freeze dryer, it everything's going going good on that part. So I always try to hit the like button when I come in. Just seems like a good manners. Absolutely. Appreciate it. Thank you. I just screened my compost to get the fine stuff for seedlings. There you go. Heard a rumor you're giving away silver tonight. I have silver here, but I'm not giving it away. What did silver close out at today? All right, back up to 81.38. I was thinking the other day on my way to the wood shop, the 2 years ago, I think it was like $25 an ounce, and I wish I would have bought more. It's one of those instances where you wish you would have done something and didn't. But at the same time, with the price of silver and gold going so high, I know the coin shops around here are more reluctant to buy the coins because they don't want. They're hoping for it to go back down. So obviously, I bought most of mine when they were at $20 and $30. I haven't been buying much of it lately, but still getting one here and there. But if they buy the silver at right now, like I said, it was $81. Obviously, they're not paying that because they have to make profit on it too. Um, and then it falls out, then they're stuck with the silver that they paid high dollar for. So they actually slowed down in my area buying from people like us. So, but I don't buy it to sell it right now, anyways. So, Rabbit bought most of his silver at around $18 to $23 an ounce. There you go. Tomcat, welcome in. Good to see you. Hit the pawn shops as well for it. Yeah, absolutely. Dana leaving. All right, Dana. Have a good night. Hey, PJ. Good to see you as well. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about gardening for a little bit. One thing that I didn't do because I didn't get my fireplace um, insert in this year, so we haven't had as many fires. Actually, we haven't had a single fire this winter because I was hoping to get the fire insert put in, so I never had anybody come and clean it because I figured if they were going to put the insert in, that they would take care of that then. So I don't have the wood ash to put in the garden this year, but I've been saving my eggshells and grinding them up and baking it, and then making it into powder, my coffee grounds, stuff like that. So just trying to do what I can with that. So I got probably 10 inches of snow on the garden right now, so can't really do much of it anyway. So what we got going on in the chat here? Slow night, 18 in the chat. Do the same with your leftover bones. Double dog, bake them, grind them up, bone meal. There you go. How long would you have to bake leftover bones and stuff to get them to where you can grind them up? I've never done that, so yes, I will be starting seeds. I always do that for the last 3 years. I've been doing that on my own instead of buying it from big box stores or greenhouses or whatnot. So I usually bake them for a couple of hours at 275. Okay. Yeah. So, um, does it matter what kind of bones? I mean, chicken bones, beef bones, stuff like that. Because I usually save our if we get a rotisserie chicken or something from Costco, I usually save the carcasses and then make chicken broth and stuff like that. So um, after I make soup out of it, then I usually throw them away. So Coffee says the bone of your enemies. YouTube police wants to know what I will be growing. Your basic garden stuff. I already went over it, but I'll read it real quick. Your tomatoes, your basic peppers, bell peppers, jalapenos, banana peppers, cayenne. I already have garlic in the ground that I put in this fall. Lettuce, cabbage, onions, cauliflower, green beans, peas, carrots, zucchini, and then my herb garden. Nope, you're good. Yep, you're fine. YouTube. Um, I want to do the couple things that are new for me this year are the mullein that I already have planted. They say it's supposed to come back, and then you have to wait a year or two before you can harvest it for medicinal purposes. So I'm hoping that comes back up, and then I want to start elderberries. So that's something I want to look into. But does anybody in the chat grow elderberry? Tomcat said, Mama Cat and I are starting our garden this weekend. Finally warm up here. Yeah, my mom and dad go to Florida for the winter. And the last few times I've talked to her, she's complaining because she's like, I come down here to get away from this stuff and it's cold as hell. So I think it got down to like the low 30s, high 20s down there where they're at. Cases I would like to grow elderberry. Yeah, I got to do my research. I got to figure out how to do it. and then go from there. So, but I like doing the herbs and stuff because I hate buying it from the store. So, Rabbit said I just got some more elderberries started from my dark shadow elderberry plants. I have them limelight and black lace elderberries. All right. Now, are they annual or perennials? You got to replant them every year. Or do they come back up? Wow. It was -20 on Sunday. Coffee said heat couldn't keep up. It was 63 in my house. Not sure why that's freezing in the house and warm outside. I keep my thermostat at 65. I don't touch it. And then I'll put it up to 70 uh, during the winter. Okay, rabbits said they're perennials. All right. Yeah, I'll have to look to see where I can get my elderberry starters. So YouTube police is thinking about. Oh, chat went too fast. Thinking about just growing some tomatoes and some peppers this year. My wife loves growing the herbs. Yep. Well, I've expanded my cooking recipe, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure our house is like most people's houses. You get into a routine of having the same things over and over and over again. Um, and with going on this diet, we don't eat as much. So we have when we cook a meal, we have leftovers. And then I have a neighbor across the street. They're an older couple, so um, I like to box them up stuff every time that we do like soups and stuff like that, and I'll take some soup over there to them. Just to be nice and cooking for just two people with all the kids being out, it kind of limits what you can cook on a regular basis without having a lot of leftovers. So um, I have been freezing them, the leftovers of the stuff that we can freeze, and then I put them in the freeze dryer. So that has been working out great um, on that standpoint. So, Teresa, welcome in. Good to see you. Happy Mac, welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Mac says we make elderberry pie and muffins and crisp. There you go. Yeah, there's so many things you can do with elderberries. You can make elderberry syrup and use it for medicinal purposes. So Lisa Harris says check uh, the nursery for elderberry plants. Not sure if strictly medicinal seeds have the plants, but you can check there. All right, I definitely will. So Katrinka, good to see you and welcome in. I want to make candles from the mullein flower stems that are left over. There you go. Yep, utilize as much of everything as you can. So I just to talk little about my woodworking. So when I do make a cutting board or whatnot, and I have my cut off pieces, my scrap pieces, I've been saving that. That way I can eventually get into wood turning, and I'll be putting them in buckets, all the scrap pieces in the buckets, and then putting the epoxy in there and letting that set, and then making bowls and vases and stuff like that uh, as time goes on. But that's something new that I've never done, and eventually I'll get into doing that. But right now, I just do my basic stuff. Well, thanks, you two police, for coming in. You have an awesome week as well, and enjoy that warm temperature there where you're at? I'm ready for warm temperatures. So I think for the spring break, since there's no reason why I can't, I think we're gonna go to maybe Florida, or um, family has a condo in where is it at? Alabama. So right on the Gulf there. So we might hit that up. First, I think most people grow them for medicinal purposes now. I'm old and I'm not passing up free berries to eat. There you go. Well, that's just it. So the neighbor has that mulberry bush or tree, whatever you want to call it, and he cuts it down, and then it grows. I mean, it grows like crazy. It grows like a weed. But last year I started. It's not sprayed with nothing, so I started collecting them. It grows over my fence and in through my fence and everything. So I started picking them, and I want to make some mulberry jam or jelly this year. So all my vacation this year is going to bug out weekends. There you go. Yeah, I need to do some research on different ones, and I don't know. Thought about maybe doing something up here, um, but that is something I just need to look into. So we have a huge mulberry tree, but the birds and squirrels get them first. Isn't that usually how it works? That's one thing about the preparedness lifestyle. I know a lot of people that don't do anything except for the preparedness stuff. You got to live life. You got to go places. You got to still live. So I enjoy going to the beach when I can. So if I have an opportunity to go, I'm going to take it. So, but of course, the prepared side of me always thinks, what happens if something, what happens if something happens during that time? It's going to be a hell of a long walk back if you can make it back, and that part sucks, being away from everything that you work so hard for. But at the same time, I'm not going to live my life in fear. So Rabbit said mulberries are easy to propagate from just a stick of cutting in soil and voila, roots. There you go. Yeah. I enjoy the beach. I enjoy gardening. I enjoy woodworking. I enjoy a lot of things. So let's see what else we got going on in the chat. Nothing major here, I guess, huh? Slow night. That's really all I got to talk about on the gardening. If anybody's got anything to put out on their view, I'll drop the link. Um, keep the conversation going. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival said it's time, all right. Wood chipper time. There you go, Mike. Trying to calm my coffee pot, and I think I'm going to have to take a college course on it. I'll claim my coffee pot. There you go. Clean. All right. Speaking about coffee pot, I think the one I got sent out had arrived. I hope so, right, Sherry? I think you said you got it, right? Ace, welcome in. Good to see you. If I didn't say hi to you, OVP, hello. But yeah, I just looking forward to getting the seed started, and I'm gonna try to get my. I was doing a little bit of research here, so in my area, which is 6A, 6B, um, I can start planting my cold hardy tolerant vegetables like lettuce and spinach and kale and peas, carrots, stuff like that in March, April, which I'm gonna try to get that out this year. Um, I planted my beans or my peas and stuff like that a little too late, so they didn't do as well. Hey, Devil Dog, Semper Fi, brother, hoorah! But yeah, I just need to be more mindful and pay more attention to the time and get the stuff out um, at the right time to utilize the garden space because obviously my cold weather stuff will be done by the time the heat gets here, and therefore I can plant other things. And then obviously I could plant those same things again in the fall and basically get two batches of it. So I was looking at the chat when I asked if anybody was planting anything crazy, and nobody said anything. So everybody just plants the same basic stuff, your normal vegetables. Hudson Valley, Mike, you gotta have a garden this year? I think you had some bug issues up there or whatever, the locusts or something. Was that right? Oh, it's Mike's birthday. Well, happy birthday if it's your birthday, Mike. Happy Max says, good King Henry plants this year. I hope I like it. Now, what is that? Oh, caterpillars. That's right. He's going to try again this year. Rabbit said Mike has commie issues this year. I'm going to try to plant purple bell peppers. There you go. Ace is going to try rutabaga again this year. Cabbage worm got me last year. There. Well, keep trying. Every year, this is a new Yorkistan. I've grown the purple bells. They are good. Nice. I'll have to look at that and see. All right. So the it's a perennial supposed to have asparagus like spring stalk and spinach like leaves. They better not be lying. And that's something I want to do. Is plant asparagus, but at the same time, I don't have the room because I know they spread pretty easily. So I don't want to take it away from my other stuff. So I might not do it. I am trying ground cherries, rosella, alma peppers for the first time. Yeah, I want to grow some different peppers this year in order to make my own um, paprika. Um, the brand that I like, it's a Hungarian sweet paprika. The stores don't carry it around here anymore, and we were making homemade paprikash a couple weeks ago, and I ran out of the Hungarian sweet paprika, and luckily my sister-in-law had some at her house, but I can't find it anywhere. So I want to try my hand at making my own paprika this year. So I gotta do my research on what type of peppers to grow. Rabbits, excuse me. If any of you grow, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Plant one or two of them. I have some Hungarian smoked paprika from the Amish store. Oh, okay. I think the brand that I is Budapest Best Sweet Hungarian uh, pepper. So, golf course, Cajun Prepper, welcome in. You are in our prayers, my friend. Are the purple peppers sweet? I believe they are. So they vine out like crazy. All right, Rabbit. Lisa says my neighbor grows it, and I left two in the house, not in any dirt, and they are starting vining like crazy. Wow. Yeah, I'm glad I picked this topic because I'm learning stuff, different things to grow, and I just know I'm excited about getting it started. So, oh, you're welcome. Sorry that I had to, to get that message from you, brother. Look them up. Very he plans to grow. What exactly is it, rabbit? Though healthy, damn it. I mean, what do you do with it? I don't know what it is. Okay, so like a Mexican squash, basically. All right. Kay hasn't decided if she's going to do a greenhouse or a raised bed. I can't grow anything in the dirt. There's rocks about 8 inches down. I I'm actually going to eliminate half of my 5 gallon bucket garden this year, uh, due to the fact that one, I'm going to cut down on the amount I'm growing. So I'm going to be um making um, more raised beds and utilizing that um, instead of the 5 gallon buckets. I'll still have some, but I'm going to try to slowly uh, wean them off and start doing my raised beds. And the ones I want to do will be about 4 foot off the ground, 2 to 4 foot off the ground. So, can you grow a blueberry bush in a 5 gallon bucket? Yeah, I've seen that because I asked the same thing. So, my answer would be yes, you can. Tricky says I have too many raised beds waiting to get started. That's awesome. Vision says yes. Yes, you can. Rabbit says I grow my blueberries in a half whiskey barrels. Did you drink the whiskey before you cut them in half? Yeah, I got several different containers that I grow. I got my raised beds, my 5 gallon buckets. I got um, some 10 gallon pots that I got. Um, and then I got my raised beds that I built out of cedar and I lined it with the fabric and put dirt. I bought or built them last year for a customer, and they changed their mind on the way they wanted to go about it. So I kind of got stuck with them, and so I'm going to utilize them. They sat last year not being used, so I put dirt in them this year or last year before winter hit, and I'm going to utilize them. So I'm not in jail, so there's no what? I'm not in jail, so no. They're Jack Daniel whiskey barrels. Okay. Rabbit said blueberries like acidic soil. Blueberries, thornless blackberries, and Meyer lemons do fine. Just need big enough containers. There you go. King Corso, welcome in. Good to see you as well. Got 19 in the chat. We got about 10 minutes to go, and we'll call it good for the week or the night. I'm tired. I had some plumbing issues in the upstairs bathroom, so I've been working on that most of the day. Had a massive headache for half of it, and haven't been feeling all that well. So Vision said he's going to grow mullen this year. Awesome. I have three uh, pots that I started my mullen in last year. So I believe what I read was um, you have to wait a couple years before you can harvest it for use. Kay says, "No dog. Do you still hose or use rock in the bottom of your 5 gallon buckets? And how well does that work?" So my 5 gallon bucket, how I do it, and I can't remember. I believe that there's a video out there on my videos in my video library. Um, but each one of my 5 gallon buckets that I have, there's two of them. So the first one has holes on the side of it. So if this is a 5 gallon bucket, I 3 inches up and I drill two holes on each side. And then the second bucket, I do a 3 inch hole saw in the middle, and then a 1 inch hole saw on the bottom towards the edge. And then I have a teacup that I put in there full of dirt, and then I set that bucket into the first bucket, and that teacup sticks below the second bucket and sets into the water, and it acts like a wick and it draws the water up. So each one of my plants has two 5 gallon buckets that it uses. Yeah, thanks, PJ. Yeah, I don't know if it's something that the wife brought home from school or what, but I know that they um have had a lot of people, a lot of teachers have been out sick, a lot of students have been out sick. So Jules, welcome from Canada. USA. USA. Anybody watching the Olympics? I've been watching it when I can. So we'll see how the USA does in all their big sports like hockey. And I found myself watching curling. Boring ass sport, but it was pretty cool. The Americans are in the finals for the gold. So what did I see up here? Rabbit said the leaves are good for smoking and teas. The flowers are good to eat and make tinctures form of mullein. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it for the tea for the breathing issues. That's what I started it for. And Happy Mac says biennial grow, plant, part, then second year it flowers and dies. Okay. I do. I don't know if I have a video K or not out there. But if I don't, then maybe I'll do one just to put it out there. Vision says no. No to what? That you're not watching the Olympics? Happy Mac likes the curling. Yeah, I mean I just got involved in it when I was sitting down, trying to get rid of my headache, and I caught myself watching it and ended up watching the whole dang match. So we actually have a curling center probably about 30 minutes from here. It's fairly new, and there's always hundreds of cars there. So I watch curling too. Something about it just sucks me in. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, but yeah, I just wanted to bring this topic up. That way it gets your mind going for those that do the gardening, which everybody should be doing gardening. Um, so let's see. Oh, Ontario, yeah. Happy Mac's dad and latest latest stepmom lives south of Windsor. All right. Vision watches Batman. Ohio will never turn into Canada. No. Canada might turn into Ohio. But as long as I have Batman in my state, I'm good. Well, folks, I think I'm going to call it here in 2 minutes once I hit my hour mark. Um, I hope that you guys are making your plans. Make sure you're writing stuff down, um, getting your ideas of what you want to plant, making sure you're getting all the stuff. Uh, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But make sure that you're getting the stuff that you need for your garden. Um, I don't know if it's the same everywhere. I know going to the grocery stores and the big box stores, when I do have to go to them, I went to the grocery store the other day, and it just seems like the items are becoming more and more harder to get at certain times. Um, it was weird. I went into the spices, not that I needed to, but I was walking down that aisle, and half the spice racks were empty, and there were some holes in different areas throughout the grocery store. So um, I don't know if it's the tactic for them to sell stuff more. If people have to wait until they get it on the shelves and then they hurry up and buy it, I don't know. So um, don't think it'll grow, but pineapple sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I don't think pineapple will grow in Ohio. But yeah, make sure you're getting your stuff that you need to start your garden, and and if you don't start your seeds, then make sure that you get your plants as soon as you possibly can. So I know we have a greenhouse, a big greenhouse up in Michigan, about hour and a half from me, and it gets absolutely crazy there. Um, Hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people go there during the start, and it's a madhouse. People bumping in and fights at a freaking greenhouse. I never thought I'd ever see that, but last year I did. But so yeah. Rabbit says it takes 2 years to grow a single pineapple. Wow. I did not know that. Check your weight on your meat before you purchase it. I don't buy meat from the store. I get it from a farmer and call it a day. Y'all need to set up your greenhouses. Yes, absolutely. You don't even need a big greenhouse. I built a three level greenhouse out of 2x4s and OSB and plastic, and I put caster wheels on it, and I could move it wherever. I had regular shop lights. It's about the Kelvins. You don't need the grow lights. I just use regular shop lights, and I have had no issues. Hey, Tim S., welcome in. Facts. Same here. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much effort to start your greenhouse indoors. I put the plastic on to keep the heat in, the moisture, the humidity high for my plants, and my germination rate has been phenomenal the last 3 years. So I'm definitely above 90% on just about everything that I've grown. So now what they do after I plant them, I don't think I've maybe lost but a handful of plants after I've grown, started them from seeds. So Rabbit has a 26-10-8, a 12x8, and a 20x10x8 greenhouses, plus a couple of greenhouse windows. There you go. Awesome. There's no reason why you can't be starting a garden this year, whether it's in a pot, whether it's in the ground, raised bed, whether you grow a tomato plant upside down. I see people growing tomato plants hanging down. It can be done. If you just take a 5-gallon bucket and grow a pepper plant, a tomato plant, you're farther ahead than other people. And with the prices of everything, like I said, I went to the grocery store the other day. They wanted $1.29 for a red bell pepper. There's no way. So this year I'm gonna be more mindful about my harvesting and all right. Sorry about that. Somehow my microphone muted. But there's no reason to not be growing something. So with that being said, folks, I appreciate you guys sticking around for this hour. I hope you got something out of it, or at least got your minds going, got your brain ready to start making plans for your garden. And until next Monday, I hope everybody has a great week. And stay safe, stay vigilant, and stay prepped. We will see you back here next Monday at 8 o'clock. Have a good night.